Cyberpunk 2077 is about a dystopian future, which is so immersive that a dystopian reality was introduced, and apparently a game. For gamers with high-end PCs, it ran smooth, but for those without the mommy-daddy money, it was the most expensive meme generator on the market. The fallout from the launch was staggering. In fact, it was just as bad as the Fallout 76 release, which is saying something. The game, as advertised, was breathtaking on last-gen hardware. Characters rendering as hideous mutations, genitals appearing on the outside of clothes, ooh. And if you tried to travel to the good part of town, the game would crash to keep us lower-end people out. But gamers should know by now that they can't pre-order a game based on hype. The coronavirus isolation made us all live out the real-life fantasy of the Shining movie. And after watching everything average or better on Netflix, we're banking pretty hard on this game. But look, I brought Cyberpunk to a bank, but they refused to accept it as currency. Xbox and PlayStation stores joined the Gamer Revolt and started offering refunds, which CDPR called free advertising, as gamers love to argue about nonsense, which drove sales higher, just so that we could keep on finding new things to complain about. But alas, gamers always do find a way to come together, as long as they're fighting against each other. So gamers of each faction established their side, the playable faction or the not playable faction, and they defended it relentlessly. In the end, it created a situation very similar to a tower defense game, which, let's be honest, was pretty damn comforting to the rest of us. CDPR has a reputation of being honest and dedicated to gamers, so they issued a 5-minute hostage video in the form of an apology from a sweaty skeleton man for building a hype machine so intense that they would sell over 13 million copies in the first 10 days. While they were just so sorry, they quickly hyped their plans for making the game function and introduced immediate disappointments. You see, they wanted gamers to imagine that they would No Man's Sky the game, instead of the strong possibility that they might just Anthem it. No other gaming studio dared to release a solid release close to Cyberpunk, because they were busy cowering in the corner of their bedrooms, sucking their thumb, and rocking back and forth on the floor with tears coming out of their eyes, highlighting that no great new game would be coming out soon. Which puts us exactly where CDPR wants us. Bored. And playing Cyberpunk, no matter how good or bad it is. But is it playable? Well, if it breaks again, we'll post something to social. Look, the whole situation is going to be like going to a friend's house party. It could be a good thing or it could be terrible, but no matter what happens, you're totally stuck there until most people have already left to go home, while you're there drinking some horrible beer, trying to make conversation with the dog that's trying to hump your leg, and you're there sitting in the corner, trying to sort out how the host thinks that the conversation is interesting at all, or if the music could be made louder to get the police to show up, or at least a neighbor to complain, and possibly help break up the party. Cyberpunk. I think it's time that I play that game again. This is Calm Gamer, signing out. Hope you guys enjoyed this one.